Hello and welcome back to Botania and our adventures in Bannerlord. And we're going to be doing a little bit of persuading here, mainly because if we can get this guy to join us, which I think we probably will be able to, he is going to help us to defeat his former allies, and we're going to get out of this in one piece. Obviously, as you can probably tell already, the power levels are pretty good, as you can see. We're kind of in a decent spot anyway, but I thought, hey, why not? Let's try and persuade him. So there you go. Nice critical success to start things off here. And we're also going to try this. There we go. Nice. Now, bear in mind that something has happened. I'm not entirely sure what it is and what has caused it, but something has happened with the portraits in the kingdom screen and various other places. Now, I'm hopeful that I will be able to... There we go. Yeah, I can persuade him pretty easily, actually. Yeah, look at that. 15,000. Super, super easy. Do you think I can actually steal some money from him? No. I cannot steal any money from him, but that's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. Let's offer him the 15k, and he's going to join the Botanians, and as he should, technically, because the Wolfskins, in my opinion, are a Botanian minor faction, but they have seemed to be a little bit traitorous these days. And why is this guy wanting to speak to me over and over now? What? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Is it bugged? Look at this. Okay, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what goes on at Tale Worlds, but sometimes they tend to do some weird stuff that results in this happening. I'm clicking on other things, right? And look at this. It is literally causing me to be infinitely in this guy. I can't actually move away. I can't actually... Look at this. I'm clicking away, and he gets me immediately, and then he gets me again for some reason. Yes, I think they've broken their game. It seems like they've broken their game, or at the very least, I should never really mention which version I'm playing on. It just never works out in my favor. Look at this. This is just insanity. Look, he's engaging my party again and again and again, because we are, what, too close to him? I mean, that's the thing. The AI, in my opinion, is not having enough time to, well, shall we say, realize that we are friends. And as a result, he's continually going to do this. As you can see, we are basically in an infinite loop right now. Look at that. Why? Why do this? Why do this? I don't know. Alright, so let's try this again, shall we? I'm going to try and persuade him once more. What do you bet? I fail this time around. Okay, well, thankfully I did have a save just before this, because generally that's what I tend to do. I tend to save just before the recording starts, so that if something were to happen, then at least I have a save, and then it's going to, potentially prevent us from losing a huge amount of progress or something like that. Anyway, we're going to do this, and we'll just give him the 15k once again. He's going to join us once again, and now, is it again going to... It's again going to do this, isn't it? I don't know what they do. I really don't. Alright, so we're trying something a little bit different this time. I'm actually going to be speaking to Ingaltha here. Now, he is, of course, the leader of his own clan, so we should have an opportunity to be able to persuade him as well. Now, of course, because we are in a decent situation here, my combat strength is pretty good. Not too bad. We shouldn't have too much difficulty persuading this guy to join us. And there you go. He's joined for free. I can't believe it, because this guy is actually one of the larger... what? What? Okay, so there's... Okay. There's actually a bug with this guy as well? Really? Release this guy. Personally, I don't really care about him, but I'm just trying to do something different so that I can actually get away because as you can see, he's engaging me again and again and again, and the AI is not realizing that he's actually... Look at this. I've caught you. Don't try any tricks. Anything to say? And that's it. See, now, here's the thing. I have no idea why the developers of the game would actually be touching this version, and that's the exact reason why I play on a previous version of the game. I play on 1.4.0, and that's exactly the reason why I play on that version, because I don't want to have any interference from either developers or the modding community either, because I'd like the series to be as stable as it possibly can be. But as it stands, at the rate that this is going, I will be unable to persuade anyone. Let's try and reload once again. Alright, so I've tried something a little bit different this time around. Basically what I did was just divide and conquer, tried to get him so that he was running away from me and not engaging me, because I think that the main problem was that he was consistently thinking that he had to attack, and as a result it then entered into some kind of infinite loop. And what's really funny is that I actually checked my Steam library as well in my off-screen time just then, and I saw that I have had no updates to the 1.4.0 version, so I have no clue what's going on with that. As you can see, now we don't enter into the infinite loop because this guy isn't engaging me as I persuade him. So that's the main reason why that happened by the looks of things. So at least we fixed it ourselves, but there's a bug. I doubt any of the developers of the game are watching, but if they are, then there's a bug for you to fix maybe at some point. Anyway, hopefully this guy is also going to be able to be persuaded too, because let's face it, he's now no longer engaging us technically, so it should work out quite well. But otherwise, if it doesn't, then I'll just reload once again. And there you go, there's another success for us. We are going to have to convince him. Hilariously enough, Ingaltha didn't actually want any money. I actually thought that he would 100% want money. Is he engaging me? No, he's running away. So as you can see, there you go. There's no infinite loop happening there. So there is a huge, huge problem with people that want to engage you, so vassals that want to engage because they think they can win a particular battle, and then you persuading them, and then them being a friendly unit, and then it enters into the infinite loop, and you can't get away because they consistently think that they have to attack you. So that is remarkable. That is actually remarkable. I have never had a bug like that, with the exception of very early on in Bannerlord's development life cycle. And I guess that's the reason why a lot of people have actually been saying that Warband is the superior game at the moment. As you can see, yes, these are the portraits that I'm now seeing for some reason. I haven't updated anything, by the way. I haven't changed anything at all. Like, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Now, technically, I could get this. As you could see, I could actually get this for myself. Personally, I don't want it. So I'm actually going to just make it do it. Yeah, I didn't really want to spend a huge amount of influence there, but apparently he wanted to give it to me anyway, which is not really what I'm looking for. But as you can see, these portraits have gone absolutely crazy. Not all of them, though. Not all of them, just a couple. Not entirely sure why that's happening either now, but okay. Yeah, but as I say, I have not changed anything about my setup. The installation, the mods, the updates, nothing has changed. And I have no idea why this is happening. So it's a bit weird, gotta say. It's a bit weird. Oh, we are now actually at peace with the Vlandians, which I gotta say is, well, actually quite regrettable, because I really wanted to speak to Belgium. It would have allowed us to potentially persuade pretty heavily, and probably would have been able to get Osterken as a result of that, because I believe that Belgium is the Lord of Osterken, which is a bit strange. I'm not entirely sure why they would make peace. In this case, I actually would have expected them to continue pushing the advantage. I feel like the Botanians had an overwhelming advantage in this case. So, very strange, in my opinion, for them to do that. But I guess they wanted to try and safeguard the amount of territory that they had already taken, basically. I think that's probably what it was. Anyway, we've still got a whole bunch of these Salet swords, so I might as well take a whole bunch. There we go. Sounds good to me. And we're also going to be managing the town a little bit here as well. We're also going to go over to Praven too. As you can see, this one has been pretty nicely built up over the time that... Who actually had this, by the way? I have no idea. I have no idea who the previous lord was, but whoever it was did a great job of advancing its prosperity and generally just being a decent governor to it. I, on the other hand, have not been doing a very good job of upgrading these structures here, but obviously we're going to rectify that as soon as possible. There we go. All right, that seems pretty good to me. Let's go into the trade screen here just to sell another one of those wonderful swords that we have. I have so many weapons, actually. Let's go into the smithy real quick because I do need to smelt a whole bunch. Oh yeah, we got a load of people now that can actually do smithing, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so let's just have Inrik do a whole bunch of smithing then. Lot of smelting to do, and then of course we do have the charcoal as well, and that actually levels up smithing really fast for low tier people with not so much, not so many skills. So that's really going to help us out. Oh, he really ran out of energy that fast? Wow. Yeah, it seems like crafting charcoal really runs out of stamina really quickly. Anyway, as you can see right here, we have so many weapons that can literally be smelted into all kinds of wonderful resources, and these resources can of course then be converted into others that will, actually sell for a lot of money. So technically, if we wanted to, we could also make a lot of money that way. Of course, at the moment, I don't think I really need to do that. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well in terms of cash, so it's not really that big a deal. But let's get some more hardwood here. Here we go. Let's actually get a whole bunch of this, and then we can get more of this as well. Oh, what? No more? Oh, okay. No more energy. No more energy. I'm actually really surprised about that. Would have expected everyone to be much quicker. Ooh, exceptional Eastern glaive. Looks nice. Okay, good. I'm liking that. Anytime I get a new unlock now, I'm basically like, yes, give me those unlocks. So definitely need those. All right, let's get more of these. Highland Spiked Club. That's looking pretty good, actually. It seems to give you 3 wood and then a bunch of other metal resources as well. Very nice, actually. All right. Well, I guess it's about time that I move on then, because we're not actually at war against anyone, are we now? No, but as you can see, Britannia has done a fantastic job of expanding yet again in the other direction this time. So that's why I was very confused as to why they decided to make peace in this case. Well, there we have it. Just rescued a daughter for Mr. Egan of Mag Arbor right there, and that has increased his relation to 99. I wonder whether... Can you actually get 100? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I think 100 is the limit, isn't it? Yeah, I think 100 is the limit. And we have 99 with him, which is actually hilarious. But as you can see, you actually only need 80. Well, actually... Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. I did not realize that that was actually a thing, but apparently when you're at war against the particular village that the faction belongs to, well, shall we say against the village, against the faction that the village belongs to, there we go, you need 80 relation to be able to recruit these higher tier units instead of just 60. So if you really want to be able to get the highest tier units anytime you want, you're going to need to get that 80 relation, even if you're at war against that particular person. But yeah, my game is really messed up for some reason. I still don't have any clue why that is. But anyway, as you can see, we're now at war against the ASERAI, which is actually perfect, because now I will be able to go down there and maybe do some damage. Maybe we'll see what's happening with them. Now, do bear in mind that the ASERAI do have some very interesting units. I wouldn't say that they're particularly powerful, but they do have a lot of utility. They usually have a number of different abilities that they can end up using. So some of them have pretty heavy armor, thrown weapons and everything, and others are just generally really good on horses and stuff like that. I'm actually wanting to attack Adram if I can, because he is the leader of a clan, and I would love to be able to persuade him to join us. If we could make that work, then that would be great. Unfortunately, it seems as though we might be pushed into a, once again, infinite loop situation. So I've got to be very careful about who he goes close to at this point, because if he goes close to a larger ally and he feels the need to engage upon me, then it is going to result in the infinite loop once again. I'm actually wondering, am I not faster than him? 4.8, 4.9. Are you serious? Oh, here we go. Might have actually gotten in. No. Ah, Melodia, why are you so fast? Why are you so fast, sir? Why is he so fast? But oh, he has 54 horsemen. Okay, yeah. That's the reason why he's so fast. And I am 0.9 actually. I've got a pretty decent amount of horses, but I could definitely increase that. Because as far as I'm aware, you can have about 1.2, I think. Maybe a little bit less than that. I'm not entirely sure, but I guess what I'm going to do is I will help out in this battle just to get a little bit of relation with Adram himself, because then later down the line when we're able to encounter him, then he'll be much more inclined to end up joining us or something like that. But really wanted to get him in a conversation, because I think I probably would have had a pretty decent chance of being successful. And as far as I'm aware, Adram, I seem to remember from Byron's series, he has a town at least, and maybe even 2 towns, and his clan is, I think, very high tier as well, maybe even tier 6. So it would be very advantageous for us to have been able to speak to him and indeed persuade him, but unfortunately that was not the case this time. So we're going to have to see what else we can do here. Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned in the comments that the object trait that the two-handed specialization actually gave us in the previous episode, that might have also applied to shields. And I didn't think of that, because I thought that they maybe would have mentioned by name shields or something like that, but objects kind of does, you know, kind of give you the idea that it is indeed a shield as well. So they might, that might actually have been better. You know, 40% more damage against shields, especially with a two-handed, that's definitely going to make a huge difference. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but as we've shown in the past, I can technically respec if I use a mod to do that. But at the moment, I'm just going to stick with what I took, because who knows, some point in the future, we're most likely going to need a little bit of extra damage against horses, especially considering we're going to be fighting against the Crusade and the ASERAI quite a lot going forward. And indeed, Vlandir as well. They're all known for their cavalry most of the time. Get him. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what's going on here in this particular battle. Diggory's surviving for some reason. I'm not entirely sure how that's happening. I think it is mostly due to Melodia's army. I think his composition just lends itself to just rolling over the opponent. He has so many horsemen, and it kind of makes me want to get a whole bunch of horsemen as well from the Batanian troop line. So maybe we'll start leveling up a couple of cavalry. That's the thing, though. I just didn't want to do that because we've already had a cavalry-focused playthrough in the form of Byron, and I wanted to have something a little bit different. You know, variety's the spice of life and all that. So, might have been a good idea. What is going on with these people? Look at this. What is that? Why? Why is that happening? That is very strange indeed. Not entirely sure, but okay. As I say, I haven't changed anything. Nothing at all has been changed. And I don't have automatic updates for my mods or anything like that either, so it's a bit weird. Okay, well, I will continue to look out for some vassals that I might very well be able to persuade. It seems like Misui is going to attempt to take Alagata, which I very much appreciate. I think that she's going to do a very good job here. It only has 370 units inside. That's crazy. So, yeah, she's going to take that in basically no time at all. I'm going to run some interference here, however, and let's have a look. My people are not leveling up that fast anymore. I'm going to go for some mounted skirmishers, I think. And let's level... let's have a look at the troop tree, actually, real quick. Okay, so if I level them up into clan warriors, then they can go into scouts, and then they can go into horsemen. And they seem pretty good, don't they? I think they seem pretty good. So let's do that. Let's do a couple of those, shall we? So let's just continue to level them up into clan warriors, and then we'll go for skirmishers here as well, because we obviously want to get some additional wildlings. That's going to be a really good addition to our army composition as well. Okay, so 1,800 units. What? Wow. Okay, that's a significant amount of power in one place. I'm not entirely sure if I agree on this whole thing, to be honest. Oh, there's another castle that's actually being taken as well. I actually wonder... Oh, wow. Yeah, they've got a good amount. They've got a good amount. All right. Well, I actually wonder how many units are in Garantor Castle down there. It would probably be a good idea for me to head over there and see what's going on. And as you can see, Missouri is basically done here, so I can pretty much just leave, and I don't have to worry about running interference any further, because I was hopeful that maybe I would be able to pick off maybe an ASERAI vassal here or there, and maybe just try and persuade them, or do battle with them, either one. Don't really mind either way. And this castle has been taken. That's the one over here, which is indeed a Vlandian castle, I think, so I'm not going to want it for myself, I don't believe. So I will instead give it to... Who should I give it to? We should probably vote for this guy. Let's spend 100 relation... Oh, well, not 100 relation, 100 influence on him, and we'll gain 55 relation, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, there's some weird graphical bug going on here. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, let's have a look. What do we have? 217 only. Ooh, this is nice. Okay. Let's see if I can maybe call for a couple of people. This guy? Oh, wow. Yeah, just all the wolf skins. That's it. Just all the wolf skins and some of the other minor factions joining me right there. All right, let's go in and see what we can do. This, of course, is going to lower our relation with the clan that we might very well want to persuade at some point in the future. So always doing a siege is a little bit of a double-edged sword in some cases, because on the one hand, you really do want to try and... you know, appease people. You know, you want to make sure that they like you so that you can potentially persuade them to join your faction, and as a result make your faction just that much more powerful. But then on the other hand, you don't know whether that's even going to be possible, so some of the time you do have to take a bit of a risk. This is a bit risky as well, I think. Can they not come from over there? Yes, they can. This is the main entryway into the sort of mid-area of Calradia, and as you can see, the Botanians are having a couple of difficulties. That's not Missui's army, is it? No, that's someone else's army. Okay, phew. I was a little bit worried there for a second. I thought to myself, wait a minute, there's no way that 1,600 units, or however many she had, are going to lose against anything, pretty much. I think that she's going to be pretty much unstoppable as long as she keeps the cohesion up and running, but of course I think that that large an army can't really go that far. Can't really go that far without having to rest a little bit and then see where else they want to go. Alright, so as people have mentioned in the comments, yes, I am going to be definitely doing that, where we will be trying to spread out as much of the fiefs that we gain as possible to try and influence how many vassals have, you know, good amounts of castles. We really don't want people to have, you know, 10 castles and then another bunch of people to have 0. You know, that's the kind of thing we want to try and avoid. But I do have to be a bit careful here, because Ingaltha has -4 relation, which is something we definitely don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to spend 300 influence on him and just basically go, boom, straight up to 100 relation. And that's what we want to go for right there, just to try and prevent him from leaving, or if he does actually end up leaving, then we can just persuade him almost instantaneously from him having 100 relation once again. So that's going to be something that we need to think about as well. Planning ahead, especially with relation gain, is pretty important. Anyway, we've got 2 siege towers built. I almost forgot to move one of them into... Oh. Right, I'm going to have to give up this siege, unfortunately. And we're going to have to take a look here. Okay, so we have Desporian coming in from over the side there. I am disorganized, unfortunately, at the moment, so they are going to be able to catch me. Now, here's the problem. I can't persuade this guy anyway. Alright, so I was able to get away, but unfortunately I had to sacrifice a number of units to be able to do it. And I'm actually hoping that what I will be able to do here is play a bit of a vulture role, shall we say. So after the battle is over, because I don't really want to go in here right now, but after the battle is over, I'm going to speak to someone that I will hopefully be able to single out. Maybe this guy, actually. Wait a minute. I think he is actually a, I don't think, no, he's not the leader of a clan or anything like that, but we'll see what happens in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.